this when it first happened. This is from comicbook.com. It's on archive because, comic book. Ugh. Anyway, Bill Burr says he doesn't think Disney firing Gina Carano from The Mandalorian was fair. It's nice to see him actually, standing up and saying this. Bill Burr is defending his Star Wars Mandalorian co-star Gina Carano after Disney fired her for making controversial social media posts. This person goes on, Timothy Adams, the author, says that Gina had a more prominent role in the Disney Plus series, portraying the new public Marsh Cardoon, blah, blah, blah. However, Carano shared several controversial and anti-Semitic posts to her social media accounts in February 2021. I've seen the post. If you think they're anti-Semitic and all that stuff, you're a fool. You're a crazy lunatic. Pedro Pascal, the star of The Mandalorian, shared stuff that was far more offensive and controversial, if you really want to go that way. But because he's on the quote-unquote right side of history, and their opinion on the leftist, version of history, that it's okay. Anyways, it talks about, there's a hashtag, all that stuff. Burr's once again letting it be known in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that he doesn't believe it's fair that Disney fired Carano for comments. He said, I just do stuff if it seems like it's fun. The people I'm working with are trying to do something great. You go on the set of Mandalorian, they're trying to make something great all day. Then after our pause, Burr added, that makes me think of Gina, how cool she was as a person. He was then asked if he thought it was fair that Carano lost her job at Disney. No, he replied. I thought it was funny that the liberals proved her point. They just use outrage because they don't like your politics. As someone who considers himself liberal, it's disappointing to see the left become how the right used to be when they went after the Dixie Chicks after they criticized George W. Bush. There's not a lot of people like that. Most are just trying not to get in trouble. But there's a small collection of lunatics, either on the right or the left, at any given moment that cause hysteria. And now there's so many media outlets that want eyeballs. They make money off advertising that they give attention to these crazy French people. That is 100% correct. That is exactly the way it is. The average person doesn't give a flying fuck about any of this stuff on the far left, the far right, whatever. They just living their lives, like you said, just trying not to get in trouble. That's just, they're living their lives. They ain't got time for this crap. They've got to take care of their family. They've got to take care of, other, maybe friends or whatever the situation is. They got more important things to handle in their lives, more important things to take care of than some bullshit on Twitter. Some stupid fucking hashtag that no one gives a shit about. The whole thing with Gina, you can't chime in when the shit's happening because then you call static for other people on the show. That's somebody's opinion or their political beliefs makes people try to destroy their ability to make a living. It's fucking bizarre to me. Then the person, they talked about a couple other times that Burr has brought up Gina and described her as an absolute sweetheart. Unless she did some truly horrible shit or said overtly racist shit, I don't know. She's an absolute sweetheart, super nice fucking person. And they, of course, now I will give them credit that this person doesn't really editorialize too much. Just ask, what do you think of Bill Burr's new comments? It's nice to see them not go into some spiel about he's so wrong and everything. And again, Bill is exactly right. They proved her point. It's like she was complaining about not being able to speak out and stuff. And the worst you could do is accuse her of being a little ham-fisted with some of the stuff. I won't rehash all that stuff. I'm going to make this real quick. But he's right. They proved her point. And like I said, right here, this is where he's dead on right. There's not a lot of people, either on the right or left, at any given moment that cause hysteria. Now there's so many media outlets that want eyeballs, that make money off advertising, that they give attention to these crazy French people. That's why the mainstream media is one of the top people to blame, or top groups or whatever to blame for the bullshit that's happening. Some blue check idiot on Twitter says something. I don't care if, sometimes it's 100, 200,000 people or more will like it. But that still doesn't mean that you need to make all these articles and all these movements about it. But it's even worse when it's some blue check moron that nobody gives a shit about, doesn't have any likes, no retweets, nothing, and they make an entire article about it. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I've already gone 4.5 minutes. I agree completely with Bill Burr. I imagine most normal, sane people would as well, that Gina Carano didn't do anything wrong. It's good to see him talking about this and everything. People in the mainstream media need to pay more attention to this kind of shit. Anyway, like I said, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.